Hi YouTube family. Today in the video I am going to be showing you some baking soda exfoliating scrubs. And I want to talk really quickly just a little bit about the benefits of baking soda and then the two different ingredients that I'm going to be putting into them. But first I want to welcome in any of you that are new to my channel, and please subscribe by clicking that button below and then hit that little bell next to it so you can be notified of any of my future videos. I would love to have you here, and all of my ladies that are here with me over again, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing a few minutes with me. I am really excited to be doing this video today because I want to express to you the importance of exfoliation and your skin, and especially as we age. In our mid-20s, our skin begins to break down in age, and then it seems like just after that, it just continues to regress. So what I want to tell you is that after the age of 40, if you're not doing some things to be proactive, you're really not getting the best, you're looking the best you can from your skin. What happens is we have, several layers of skin, and it's that underneath skin, underneath some of those layers, that is the younger skin that looks pretty. So what we want to do is take this old layer off, or two layers off, so that that new skin can come through and then it can be the skin that shows up. If you don't do that, any of the serums or the moisturizers or anything that you put on your skin are not going to be able to sink in and go as deep as they need to and really get you those benefits that they are supposed to be doing. The importance of exfoliating your skin, I cannot tell you enough what it is. That dead layer of skin can make your skin look dull. It can cause blackheads. It can cause breakouts. It can cause your pores to look larger. And there's just so many things. It can age you because the wrinkles will look deeper. Anything that you're using settles into there. So it really is important to have your skin look bright and awake. I'm going to be showing you two masks today, but both of those masks are based in baking soda. So let me first tell you what the benefits of baking soda are. The very first thing that baking soda does is, because it has such a fine grit to it, it actually will do all of that exfoliating for you. Pull all the impurities out of your pores, slough off dead skin. The other thing that it can do is it balances the pH on your skin, and that can be important because we have all kinds of free radicals in the air and the water that we use, different things like that. It can actually disrupt the pH of our skin, and what happens when that gets disrupted is we get acne, we get troubled skin, maybe psoriasis, maybe rosacea. Anytime that the pH is disrupted, our skin can show that. And what it can also do is it can have a brightening effect, because as you probably have heard of doing baking soda on your teeth to whiten your teeth, it kind of does the same thing on your skin. And not that it bleaches your skin, it just brightens it and can make it look alive. And I'm going to list below some articles that I found really interesting to me on the benefits of baking soda, and not just for your skin, but for other things too. Okay, so then I said I'm going to do two masks. So the first mask I'm going to be doing is a milk baking soda mask. All on its own, milk has fantastic properties for our skin. The number one being lactic acid, which is a really good exfoliator in itself, but it does it so gently on our skin that you never see any redness or anything like that. The other thing that lactic acid does is it can actually go in and fight any acne that you might have. If it is a blemish from bad bacteria or bad viral or fungal, anything like that, it can actually fight that. You want to use raw milk, or you want to use whole milk, because the fat helps to moisturize your skin and plump up your skin. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of using a milk bath and laying in a milk bath, but it really is soothing and calming on the skin, and it can make your skin just glow. Milk has vitamin A in it, which vitamin A is where retinol comes from, so that is really good for your skin. Also has vitamin D, and vitamin D is so important to our skin and our health too. Okay, so that is the milk baking soda side, and then I'm going to use the apple cider vinegar baking soda side. So again, apple cider vinegar has tremendous amounts of benefits for our skin and our health. I think it's one of those things that is absolutely underrated in health benefits, but in beauty benefits, what it does is it can go in, again, it acts as that antibacterial if you have acne prone skin, or if you have any skin problems. If you have dry skin, it can actually rebalance your dry skin and go in and give the moisture to that, and then as you're sloughing it off, you're getting the moisture added to those dry skin patches. And then also it is also a pH balancer in our skin. Huge pH balancer. I drink it. I actually drink apple cider vinegar once a day to help balance my inside pH for other health issues. And again, apple cider vinegar can help with dull skin. It can brighten your skin. It can help with age spots and fading those age spots. There's so many things that it does, and I will once again list an article down below that you can read. Not only is this natural and really good for your skin, but it's also cheap. We go out and we spend so much money on these fancy exfoliators and things that are on the market because we think that they're so much better, but in reality they're not. What's in our kitchen can lots of times be so much better for our skin. I have used this on my skin today. Feel like my skin is glowing and gorgeous today, and it feels so soft. I can't even begin to tell you guys how soft it feels today. So I'm really excited about the benefits of this. So we're going to get right into this, and I'm going to show you these two scrubs, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. I'll keep bringing you these look younger videos, and yeah, we'll get right into this video. For the purposes of this, we're going to just pull my bangs back out of the way and clip them a little bit. And I have two little like ramekin cups that I am going to mix each of these mixtures in so that you can see. So I'm going to take just plain old baking soda, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of baking soda in each one of these. And I apologize that it's kind of off camera here, but you get the idea that when I'm done I will have put a tablespoon of baking soda in each of these little cups. Okay, next, the first one I'm gonna do, I have my milk in here because I didn't want to bring my whole gallon jug upstairs. But remember what I said about it needs to be whole milk because of the lactic acid or the fatty acids in there and how good those are for moisturizing. So I'm gonna just start out with a tablespoon in there, and I'm just going to put that down in there, and I'm going to use the other end, and I'm going to see what kind of a paste I get from that. Just mixing it up here, and I think that's a little bit too thin, darn it. Okay, I'm going to have to put a little bit more baking soda into that. So what you want to do is you want it to have it the consistency of paste. So a thick paste, not a super thin one. You just kind of want to have it a consistency of paste. So here is my consistency right here, you can see. And that's really pretty good. That's about where I want it to be. I want it to be so it doesn't like slide off my face when I put it on. Now the second one, for this one, I'm using my apple cider vinegar that is my Bragg's. I use Bragg's because it's unfiltered apple cider vinegar and it is 100% organic. It's just the best one that I've ever found. It gets sediment on the bottom. That's how I know that it's not distilled. It separates and gets on the bottom. A lot of people just absolutely hate what happens with the smell of apple cider vinegar. I don't mind it. I was raised around it. I helped my mom can pickles and different things, so it doesn't bother me. But if it really bothers you, you might want to choose the milk one. So this one is just for the apple cider vinegar. Okay, what's gonna happen before I do this? What's gonna happen is it's gonna bubble, and don't be afraid of that. So you wanna just start off with a little bit, and you're gonna see that it's gonna bubble and cause a reaction. See right there, it's causing a reaction. That's okay, that's not a big deal. Just mix that up and get it into a paste also. And again, I think I put too much in there, brother. Okay, you're basically just finding, you know, that happy medium of where it gets to be a paste instead of a liquid. So I would say, now that I'm mixing this together here, I usually do it in my hand, so it's not a big deal. But I would say that what you want to do is 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Start off with your teaspoons and then work your way up to the consistency you need. Okay, so here's the consistency of that one. Very thick. Okay, so we're gonna apply the milk one to one side, and then we're gonna apply the apple cider vinegar to the other side. And my puppy, Smuckers, she's so cute. She's right here and she's like, Mom, what are you making? So she thinks I'm making her something to eat. Okay, so here is the milk one. Really, really kind of thick. It's not super thin. So I'm gonna do the milk one to this side. And we're gonna kind of compare these two and see what happens with the two. The consistency is extremely gritty, I should say that in the beginning. You don't want to get away from that grit, because that grit is so important. That's what's going to exfoliate our skin and make our skin cells turn over. And that's really what we're looking for when we do any sort of a mask or a paste like this. We're looking for cell turnover. So I actually did add a tiny bit more milk because that was too thick again. You'll get it. You'll see where the right one for you is. And I'm just gonna go part way up on my nose. One of the things you don't wanna do, ladies, I'm doing this for experimental purposes of you seeing what the two look like on my skin. But one of the things you don't wanna do is mix the milk with the apple cider vinegar, because you'll just get curdles. And you'll get a nasty smell and a reaction, and no, we don't wanna do anything like that. So I'm gonna be real careful about keeping it away from each side. So there we go. I can bring it up just a little bit into these laugh lines. Try to stay away from your eyes as much as possible, but you can do your eyebrows and then come up here and really work that part in your nose right there. And, you know, make sure that you work the top of your nose. I get my biggest pores right here. I think we all do. In our T-zone, we get our biggest pores. So that is the milk side. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my hands off. So now I'm gonna move on to the apple cider vinegar one. And again, like I said, this can smell a little bit, and some people really won't like this. So I'm just gonna put it across my face, same thing. I'm gonna be real careful about not mixing with the milk side. Down my neck and into the décolleté, which is the top of your chest. It's just a fancy word for the top of your chest. So just going on here, getting it across the forehead, all the way up, and into those laugh lines, up to the side of the nose. It's a little bit messy. That's okay, because most of the time you're gonna be doing this in the shower. That's where I do mine. I do it in the shower. I let it sit while I'm washing my hair, shaving my legs, whatever. And then I go ahead and I do the exfoliating part. But when we're done and when it's set for 3 to 5 minutes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take a wash rag and we're gonna kind of gently exfoliate, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just splash some water on it, which I don't have water obviously on my vanity. So I'm gonna go to the restroom, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and do that. Okay, so now just take a damp cloth, a damp wash rag, and just start in circular motions. You're gonna buff your skin now. And what you're gonna notice is it's not gonna all come off, it's gonna feel kind of gritty. But what's so lovely about this, and I mentioned it before, what's so lovely about the baking soda is that it is not harsh on your skin. It really creates this fine grit. It's like, you know, when you do sandpaper and you go by the grit, this is probably the finest grit you can use on your face and still get that wonderful exfoliating benefits. The other thing that's nice about it is all of its properties for what it does to your skin and how it helps your skin. So you're just going to keep rubbing in circular motions until you get that top layer off. You're going to do this for about, I'd say probably 30 seconds on each side, maybe a little bit more if you feel like you want a little bit more. Make sure you don't ignore that chest area because that's so important. Both sides, and just make sure you're coming down. Now, I didn't really mind that smell. Once it got mixed with the baking soda, I didn't mind that smell at all with the other side of the apple cider vinegar. Ew. I got some in my mouth. Ew. That tastes terrible. It won't hurt you if you get it in your mouth, but it tastes awful. Okay, so I'm just lightly going across and getting in there and really exfoliating my skin. Oh, it feels so good, you guys. I love to exfoliate. I think that it's one of those things that your skin just feels fresh and pretty when you're done doing it. Oh, I love it. And make sure you're staying away from your delicate eyes, as always. But that just feels great. Okay, I'm gonna be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go splash the water on my face and let you know how the texture is on this. I'll be right back. So I have everything rinsed off, and I'm just gonna show you there really isn't any difference to look at from that far away, but I will tell you what I'm feeling, and that is the side that I did the milk one on feels much more tacky, which means that it has more moisture on it, and that's what we wanted to get out of that milk fat, was to have some moisture on our skin. The side that has the apple cider vinegar on it, it feels really, really like squeaky clean. Not like it's tight yet because it hasn't completely dried, but it will be. It will do all those pore minimizing effects. That's what baking soda does anyway. I am just loving that. Now, personally, I kind of go back and forth because I like both the benefits. One time I'll use the milk one time I'll use the apple cider vinegar, and I even use a coconut oil one that I do. I like the different benefits, so I kind of cater this scrub to whatever my skin is feeling like at the time. If you're having a lot of breakouts, you're having a lot of problems with your skin, not feeling bumpy and that kind of stuff, you can use the apple cider vinegar because the antibacterial, antiviral, those properties are all going to be in the apple cider vinegar. The milk is going to give you a more hydrated look, and it's also going to do a really, really soft exfoliant itself. So I would say that both of these have their benefits equally in different ways. You just need to decide which one is right for you. As my skin is drying and I'm feeling it, I'm feeling how it just feels so smooth, and it feels so tight, and I can feel those, I can actually see my pores diminishing. I really, really love this, you guys. Please don't diminish the importance of exfoliating in your skincare routine. It is so very important to do. Make sure you're going all the way down your neck. We show our necks and the top of our chest right here, our décolleté. We show that off so much. Make sure you're exfoliating right up here in your hairline. If you have a high forehead like I do, that sun has hit and done some sun damage up in there. So anything you exfoliate when you get ready to put on your next layer, which is your serums and your moisturizers, it's just going to drink that in so much more and be so much more beneficial for you. That's everything for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that I look a little bit scary, but I love bringing you these kind of videos where you can look younger. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll continue to do a look younger series for all of you. I'm gonna go put some makeup on so I can do another video for you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. See you soon. Bye.